Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of the YouthCast, presented by the Newtown School, Kolkata. I'm Jennifer Nisreen,
And I'm Saksham Rawat.
and we are your hosts for today's episode.
Today we are joined by Mr. Nirmal Agarwal, career and college advisor and the founder of Cognix. He is a recognized expert in the field of education and career guidance, has worked extensively with international schools across the country over the past few years. Through Cognix, he helps students find their interests, apply to universities worldwide, and prepare for life beyond college. We are delighted, sir, to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Jennifer and Saksham.
So, our first question to you would be that you have studied discipline in economics and management and finance, and now you're working in the field of career counseling and education. So, what led to this shift?
I think it's the lack of guidance I had when I was growing up that made me take up economics. My first love was always working with people. I know there's a lot of overlap. Economics means working with data, analyzing, coming up with the right decisions. And that's what I'm doing right now also with students. I'm working with data, trying to understand their preferences. There's also behavioral side of economics, which is being used in some ways in my counseling. But to cut a long story short, I think I discovered my passion much later in life. I started off with economics and computer science and went on to business. But I realized over the years that what I truly love is working with younger students. I didn't want to be a teacher or a principal or an administration. So this was something that flowed in seamlessly with what I wanted to do in life, is to help the young generation discover their passions, discover what they're good at, what their interests are, and then guide them on the right path onwards towards that.
So you said due to lack of guidance, you studied in Stanford. You applied to Stanford in 1988 when very few people in India knew about studying abroad. How did you get to know about foreign university, courses and application process back then?
Yeah. So till grade 11, I had no clue that I could go out and there was life beyond India. I had gone visited on a holiday or something, but didn't know about education. Then the ecosystem in my school where some students started talking about that, yes, there are US educational institutions, UK, Australia, those are the big countries at that time. But there was no internet. So where do I get information? This is 1985, 86. No internet at all. Where do I get information? We went to United States library, the American embassy had a library. Went in there, looked up books, understood which colleges to apply to, went to British Council, looked up books over there to find out which colleges to apply to in UK. So a lot of hard work, which you guys are lucky you don't have to do anymore. But there's overabundance of data and information now, which is bad in some way because you get confused. We had limited data, but we used that. And so a lot of advice from, say, seniors who had been out, who would come back and visit and come to our school and talk to a few of us. And even reaching out to university, there was no email. So we'd write a letter, send it to them and ask for a brochure. And it would take weeks for it to come back to us, right? And then we would sit with the application form, fill that up by hand or type it out on a manual typewriter. No computers at that time. That's the age you guys can't even imagine. So we did all that, then courier the application back to the university and wait for weeks to hear back whether they've received it and what is the final product or decision.
We want to know more about Cognix. What gap in the system did you notice which inspired you to start Cognix?
Right. I think the gap started because I said I lacked proper guidance. So that's the gap I noticed first when I was in school. That who do I reach out to? If I want to understand how to write an essay, I've got a prompt and a word limit. How do I approach it? There was no one to talk to. So you invented the wheel yourself at that time. So when I came back, I would just help out juniors. My juniors would come back to me and say, oh, you've been there, so can you help us do this? So over the years, I've been doing it. And then a few years ago, someone told me that you're good at it. Why don't you actually do it as a profession? Because there are people in the market who don't know enough, who've never been out to study. And they are helping students without proper guidance, without proper knowledge. So there was a gap of informed counseling. People who had been in that system, who had grown up there, who had or at least did their education there, went through the application system themselves. So a lot of homegrown counselors, I don't want to demean anyone, but a lot of homegrown counselors who had never set foot outside to a university somewhere else. Right? So they were trying to advise you on what's good, what's not right. So I noticed that gap. Ethical approach to counseling. We noticed sometimes counselors would be pushing students into universities that they were getting paid to attend. They were agents for that university. And that's something which very against me ethically. I mean, I didn't want that to happen. So I said, we need to have something which is ethical, which is professional, which has all the right information and that can guide students. And that is the main gap we wanted to address through our organization.
So, sir, you said previously when you were trying to apply to Stanford, your seniors mostly study from US, UK or Australia. But nowadays, a lot of new countries like Ireland, Italy, Hong Kong, Singapore are coming up with brand new colleges and courses. So, sir, students always get confused which countries to choose, which colleges to apply to. So, how should they shortlist between countries and colleges?
Right. So, there are academic factors. What type of education do you want? What type of methodology are you looking for? So American education is very broad, very liberal in nature. You don't even have to pre-decide what you want to major in. You can go there, experiment, explore, and then decide this is something I want to do. So I went in thinking I'll do computer science. After 2 years, I moved to economics. So I did a major in economics and a minor in computer science. Right? My daughter has done a major in architecture, a minor in sustainability, and a concentration in business. So you can curate your own education over there. So if you're looking for something which gives you that flexibility and breadth and the broad-minded approach to education, US is very good. If you're looking at a tracked education, like what we traditionally had in India, where you know what you want to study and you want to go down that route, UK is excellent, Australia is excellent, Singapore is there, Hong Kong is there. You're looking at 3 years, then you go to UK, you're looking at 4 years, other countries are there. Methodology, are you looking at more practical education, more academic, more textual education, more research-based, more on the field, hands-on experience. So academically, what are the factors you're looking for? And then you choose that country. Secondly, there's professional factors. Do you want to stay back and work in that country? If you do, then which country is more welcoming for you to stay back and work for a few years or move on to become a permanent resident or a citizen? And that is going through a big geopolitical swing now. Right. You've been hearing about it in the papers all over the place. But that's something which is a consideration when you're paying a lot of money to study abroad. You do want to work for a few years, be a part of that system, earn some money, and then maybe come back to your country or go somewhere else. So if that is a factor, you will look at countries which are more open to immigration or more open to someone staying back for a few years. And finally, I would say the social factors and other personal factors. How far do I want to go from home? Right? Do I want to be near my parents? So I'm going to go to Singapore or Hong Kong. I don't mind going as far. I want to run away far away from here. So I'll go to USA or Canada. Right? So then there's weather, cold, warm, temperate, kind of social life on campus. Do you want to stay on campus in a residential environment? Do you want to stay off campus and be independent? Everything factors in. So I think more than looking at just rankings, which some students always do, that this is top 10, top 20, I would say look at the fit. So academic fit, professional fit, and personal fit. And then decide which country is best for me, which countries are best for me, and within those countries, which colleges are going to be appropriate for me.
So I've heard so many counselors saying you should only apply to the top 100 colleges, nothing else. Is that really correct or is that wrong? Because students always feel that if I don't go to a good college, there's no point going and studying abroad. Right?
My answer to that, what is the definition, or my question, counter question is, what is the definition of a good college? Right? Is it a top ranked college which is good? Or is it good for you? So the bigger question is not which college is the best. I think it is which college is the best for me. I want to go to Oxford and Cambridge or Harvard and Stanford, but my academics are not there. Is that college the right fit for me? Is it good for me? No, it's not. I'll struggle even if I get in. I'll struggle when I go there because everyone else is so much better intellectually or academically. Right? They're better in terms of their performance. I'll struggle, I'll feel inferior, and I will develop that complex and not do well in life.
Right.
In fact, there is data and a study by Malcolm Gladwell. He's a Canadian economist. He proves using data that students who have gone to a lower ranked university and done better there are more liable to succeed in life than students who have gone to a higher ranked university and not done as well over there. I might have lower scores than you in school, lower SATs, lower test scores, everything, and I go to a lower ranked university, but I'm the top 10 over there. You go to a much better university and your grades are higher than me, but you don't do as well over there. I have a higher chance of success in life than you. So which college I attend is less important than how well do I do in the college I go to. And therefore, the fit is important. Where do I get everything I need and everything I want from a college education? I say 2 C's. That college I should be competitive at that college. Means I should be able to compete with other students there. Not like I don't understand what's going on, everyone else is so much better than me. I should also be challenged at that college. I should not go to such a lower ranked college and I'm the best without even trying. So it should be competitive and it should be challenging. That is my mantra for choosing a college, not rankings.
Yeah. We can go to any college, but then what course we select, that is also very important.
Yes.
But for students like us, we are sometimes very confused with what course to choose, right? So how do we overcome that? Like, how do we know which course is best fit for us?
So you're too young to know what you want to do with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right? How do you prepare for a career which you don't even know is going to be there 20 years from now? When I was growing up, did I know anything about the internet? No. Never heard of it, right? AI came in with a bang. No one knew about it. 20 years later, we don't know what's going to be there. So you have to make sure you develop the adequate skills that can help you succeed in any career that is going to be out there. Few things to look at again will be what interests you. Don't do what your neighbor is doing. Don't do what your best friend is doing. You have to understand, what do I enjoy? What do I like? What will I wake up to and get excited that I want to do this today? Secondly, what am I good at? Right? It's not enough that I like something. What if I'm not good at it? I love acting, but I'm not good at it. I cannot become an Amitabh Bachchan or a Shah Rukh Khan. If I'm good at something and I don't enjoy it, I might make money doing it, but I'll not be happy doing it. So both are very important. Then there are other factors. Am I contributing in a social manner? Have I got the personal qualities that will enable me to do this career properly? But the main things I'm looking at is what interests you and what are you good at. So once you figure that out, you can go down that route, keep educating yourself, be open-minded. A lot of people come to me, parents come to me, my student is very confused. He doesn't know what he wants to do the rest of his life. I say it's not being confused, it's being open-minded. They're keeping all their options open right now. Let them figure it out. Let them understand what they like, what they don't like, what they're good at, and then start studying towards that. And things might change. I never used economics directly in my life or computer science directly in my life. I figured out my passion when I was 30, 35. So things will change, and that is what we are going to be there for. That I'm able to learn, adapt, and relearn or unlearn what was not supposed to be learned by me. That flexibility is very important.
If I talk about myself, like most of the time I'm not able to understand what I'm good at and what are my interests.
Right.
And I feel most of the students in my age are facing the same problem. What should we do so that we can find our passion, find our goal?
See, as I said, you have so much information on your fingertips now. So there are actually tests, there's aptitude tests and career interest inventories and all that, which enable to figure out no test is 100% accurate. No test in the world can be 100% accurate, but it gives you a fair idea about what you might be interested in, what you might be good at. So that's one way. So inherently, okay, these are few things I should be looking at. Then you go deep research into it. Connect to people who are in those careers. Talk to them about their journey. How did you come all this way? What struggles did you face? I don't know if you understand what shadowing is. It's not like a real internship where you get paid to do a part-time job or a full-time job in your holidays. It's you shadow someone that is doing the profession you are interested in. So if you want to be a lawyer, be in that lawyer's office for a couple of weeks. Just be the shadow of that person. That's why the term shadowing is there. You're not doing anything, but you're shadowing that person around, understanding what they're doing, how they're doing. Is this something you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life? Are you excited being in the buzz around that lawyer's office? Or you say, no, I can't deal with all this. I can't go to a court and stay all day and stand up and say, Your Honor, this is what, this is that, etc. That's not my life. So, law is not for you. Then go deeper into your interests. Go take up online courses. There's so many platforms out there now. Coursera, edX, Unacademy, Udemy, etc. Tons and millions of courses, YouTube videos, TED Talks. Go online. Figure out as much. Go deep into your research as much as you can. Read books and journals. Reading is a great habit every kid should have. Most of us don't do that. And my rule of thumb for every child is 1 newspaper a day, 1 magazine a week, and 1 book a month. You learn so much about the world and you develop your reading skills, speaking skills, because you will have ideas and knowledge to have a conversation with other people, right? So internships and shadowing opportunities, online courses, projects, wherever you can get your hands dirty doing something that interests you. There are many opportunities you should take up in 9, 10, 11, 12 when you know, okay, this law is something I'm interested in. Let's figure it out if this is something good. Do that shadowing, talk to those people, take up online courses, take up summer programs in a particular area. Many opportunities to do that now. The world has so much, but you have to just go out. There's like a buffet table laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
Should I go and eat just the rice and the dal, or do I want to taste everything that's on the menu? It's up to you how much you want to eat.
We are very fortunate that our families can afford to send us to abroad. But most of the students don't come from well-to-do families, perhaps. How do you help them to apply to abroad universities, and is it possible for them to go and study abroad?
Absolutely. So I'm a catalyst. You know what a catalyst is if you do chemistry, right? So I'm someone who's part of the reaction without taking part in it itself. I accelerate the reaction. So, colleges, there are many colleges across the world who are giving scholarships, who are giving financial aid and support to students who are good, who want an education, who are not able to afford it. So there is need-based financial aid, which is available in many American universities, where they look at the family's income, their affordability, and they figure out, okay, this is what the family can pay, but this is our cost. So there's a gap. We will help you meet that gap by giving you financial aid and scholarships of that much so that you can come to us. So that need-based financial aid is providing access to a student who's capable yet unable to pay. So if you're good, you will be able to get some merit scholarship because colleges want the best students to come to them. So they want to attract you by giving you a scholarship that, okay, come to us. So there is money available, and honestly, we've had several kids over the years who've gone on 100% scholarships. I'm a 100% scholarship person. My parents didn't have to pay for my education. They just paid for a one-way ticket to go to the US. After that, everything was paid for, right? And every year we have 1 or 2 kids who are able to get a substantial amount of financial aid. So money is not a hindrance. You have to be able to work hard. You have to be able to make those sacrifices. You have to give it your effort. You can't just sit back and say, yeah, someone's going to call me and give me money to come. There's no free lunch. If you sacrifice, you sweat, then yes, it is possible.
Right now, it's time for us to fill out all those applications, right, for colleges. Yes.
Nervous.
Very scared.
Kind of. While we are writing and typing out those applications, we have this thinking, what is more important, right? We have to jot down a lot of things like academic grades. We have to jot down test scores and extracurricular activities, and we have to write an essay. How would you rank them on the basis of importance?
Do any of you bake?
I only eat, sir.
Eat. You have a sweet tooth, right? So when you eat a cake, there's a base of the cake.
Right.
And there's icing and toppings and stuff on top. Academics is the base of your application. Nothing can happen without that base of the cake. The cake will crumble if you load it up with too many toppings and icing. If your base is not strong, the cake is not existent. So make sure academics is the most important part of your application. You're going to study, right? So you better be good at your studies, right? Your academic grades in school are important for you to get admission. Then yes, there can be a creamy layer on top. Someone will like sports, they'll talk about that. Someone else will do community service, other projects, MUNs, what you're doing in your podcast. So all these will be activities you can report. Right. But the main thing will be your grades. Your test scores will count towards something. It will help the college to standardize. Okay, the school is giving 90%. They've scored this much in the test score. This is what the 90% translates to. Because a topper in one school may get 70, another school may get 90. Doesn't mean that 90 is better than 70. They're both toppers in their own schools. Right? So the standardized test score from outside enables them to correct this differentiator, to compare. Right? And then the other things come in. Your essays and all, your letters of recommendations from teachers, your extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, everything else will all fill up that cake, but it's not the base. Academics is the most important.
If we talk about extracurricular activities, everyone is trying to do each and every activity. They think the college will see them and they will be selected in the college. So how should a student select extracurriculars which really matter?
Very, very simple, I would say. What are you excited by? What are you interested in? You don't need to do everything your friends are doing. You don't need to do what the kid next door is doing. because your mom comes and says, "Arey, ye itna kar raha hai, tum kuch nahi karte ho," then you have to do everything that kid is doing. That's not how life works. That kid is that kid. You're Jennifer. You're going to do what you love.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to eat the cake you bake. Right? So you're going to be baking the cakes. He's going to be eating those cakes. Maybe he'll become a food critic. He'll become a chef.
Yeah.
Right? But that's you and that's her. I don't want you to bake the cake. Probably not come out well. But you'll be the food critic who's going to rate her cooking and baking. So do what you love, what excites you. Again, don't do everything that is there. Find out what you can go deep into, what you can make a meaningful and impactful association with. Am I learning something out of this? Am I able to contribute effectively to other people's lives? So rather than the breadth we are looking at, go into depth. So you might play cricket in your building society. Is that good enough? Or you get coaching for cricket and you're representing your school team. So a college is going to be happier if you are part of your school team, because that's an organized activity you're part of, rather than something you go down every 2 hours and do riff-raff with your friends and play cricket. If you are the captain of your school team, showcasing the leadership is even more important. If you're part of your state team, even better. So the depth is more important than doing everything. If I know kids who come to me, I have to do community service. Okay, what do you want to do? I don't know. My friend is going to an old age home. Can I go there? I said, yes, go there. Once in 3 or 4 months, he'll go there for 2 hours and come back. I've done community service. I said, that has no value.
Yeah.
What meaningful contribution have you made in their lives? I spent 2 hours with them. Not enough. Go every week. Do something. Spend time with them. Do something. Raise funds for them. Sponsor. Get a meal sponsored for them. Go on Christmas. Have a fun fiesta with them, etc. What can you do that is more impactful and committed and shows some achievement? So go with those things rather than everything that your neighbors and your friends are doing.
Yeah, true. So from your experience, what do you think is that one mistake that we students make during filling out an application?
I would say just you try to fill out what you think the college wants. Sometimes I see many kids doing it.
Yeah.
The college admissions officer will like reading about this, so let me write about this.
Yeah.
You have to say, am I being genuine? Am I being authentic to who I am? Am I showing a manufactured version of myself? Or am I really showing who I am? What is my story? Who am I as a person? How have I grown into this person? If you can project your story authentically, the way you are, the way you talk to your friends.
Yeah.
So imagine an admissions officer, I'm the admissions officer, I come and I chat with you over a cup of coffee in your house. You'll talk to me in natural terms. Your friend has come over, ye hua, wo hua, this is what happened in my life, this is how I decided to do computer science or economics, etc. So there in the college application, don't do anything much more than that. Be authentic. Share your true stories. And that is where a lot of kids go wrong. They try to manufacture their application, then live their life. Live your life and showcase the life you've lived.
Right.
Be authentic.
Yeah, but then why do we do that, right? We do that so that we have a good image in front of the, in university.
But are you saying we wouldn't have a good image if you're not being authentic?
No, not like that. But then, yeah, it's true. I mean, we should be true to ourselves, because then otherwise, if we are not, then even if we do get accepted, maybe.
Exactly. You're right. What if you don't succeed? If you project a false sense of achievement or a false achievement, you get into a university which thought you had this and that's why you're a fit for us. You go there, you don't have that capability, you fail.
Yeah.
So isn't it better to be authentic than lie about something you don't have? Because what if you don't succeed in college? Who's at fault? Who's being punished? Your fault, your punishment. So be authentic.
So while still in school, if I'll talk about myself, I have taken science. I have only 2 options, JEE or NEET. This is what everyone talks about.
That's what people think.
Yeah. If you are a commerce student, either CA, MBA or anything. Humanities, you go to law or anything. But that is not the case. There are a lot of career options. So how should a student find about those career options? Because nobody wants to talk about it. In our families also, everyone is like, beta ye kar lo. You are taking science, you have to do JEE, you have to do NEET. But if a person doesn't want to do that, what should he do to
make your parents watch 3 Idiots? Right? Just joking. No, but see, it's a process of exploration. You've chosen subjects in 11 and 12. Fair enough, because you were interested in those. But maybe that's not the career path you want to go down. everything is open. The only thing that you can't do after commerce or humanities is go back into science in some cases.
Yeah.
In some cases, you may be able to do that also. But there are few subjects you need in continuity, like maths, like a physics or a chemistry, to go down that path. But if you've taken up science in school in 11 and 12, you can do anything else after that. Who's stopping you from going down management or economics or psychology or graphic design or music or a YouTube podcaster, whatever? Which stream are you in?
Science.
And you?
Science.
Both science.
Yes.
So why are you doing podcasting? There's nothing technical here. I mean, technical people are there behind the screen. You're enjoying something.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll become a newscaster, newsreader. Maybe you'll develop your own content and put it out there and get paid for it. Right? So there are careers. There are thousands of careers we're not even aware of. As long as you can find something you love doing, you'll be able to do it. So don't let an academic subject put you in a silo that you feel you can't get out of. Right? You can always get out of that. I've seen kids who don't have science in 11 and 12 go and do computer science later. So nothing stops you from learning at any point in your life. I didn't have psychology in school. I didn't have career counseling in college, etc. But I'm a career counselor. It's what I've learned, what I've taught myself through information that is available, through courses that I've taken up later. So nothing stops you from a career. And if your parents are insisting on something, make them talk to people. Show them the movie honestly. It helps, right? And make them talk to other people who are successful at what you want to do. Right? You want to be a dancer, yes, the chances of success are going to be much more difficult if you want to be in performing arts or visual arts. But if you're talented, why not?
Yeah.
Right? Make them talk to those people who have been there and done that.
So, sir, right now we are faced with this pressure of having our careers and life all figured out. You know, we are often faced with this pressure by the end of class 11th and 12th. So, is this pressure realistic or is it unnecessary?
I'm 50 plus. I don't have my life figured out yet. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
It is totally unrealistic. You have to be open-minded about learning, about experimenting, exploring. You cannot set on a career right now. You may have an interest, and great. If you know a career you want to do, fair enough. But if you don't, why narrow down to something that you may not be interested in later? So talk to those people and explore. I mean, look at an IPL match. IPL is going to come up. The women's IPL is coming up. There are thousands of careers and professionals working to telecast an IPL match. Right? If that person was told by his parents, you have to be an engineer, you can't do anything else, fair enough, but that engineer is still working in media, is still working on telecasting and technology for the IPL. So if you can find a passion even within what you are studying, no problem, go ahead and do that. Right? So don't think that your life has to be figured out when you are 16, 17. It's not possible.
It's not.
You have worked with age groups, different age groups, from preschoolers to high schoolers, as well as teachers. Which age group surprises you the most?
I'll not say surprises me, but I love working with younger kids. They are like an open vessel. No thought process is already hammered into their heads. They'll absorb everything you want to give them. They're sponges. So the younger and more open-minded they are, the more you can mold them. I mean, not mold them in incorrect ways, but they're soft clay. But again, the middle schoolers, high schoolers, I love talking to them because they're more mature, they're more informed. I learned so much from them. I remember a few years ago, I didn't know what manga and anime were. I didn't know, honestly. And one of my students started talking about it and I got fascinated. And for half an hour, 1 hour, we just talked about what it was and I learned so much from her. She was in grade 10. So you get surprised by the knowledge that kids have. And I love to learn from anyone, whether they're a 3-year-old kid. I learn the enthusiasm for life, the way they help each other without any typecasting, without any anything in their mind at all. Right? There's this empty vessels. And they'll help each other. Doesn't matter what your name is, whether you can speak properly, what your color is. And then as you mature, there are other factors which play in your life. Right? More information is at your disposal. You're more mature. And I love the fact that you think through decisions nowadays. If I was looking at myself when I was 17 and I look at you guys now, hell and heaven difference. Honestly. I was not even 10% as smart as what you guys are now. I can safely say that. If I'm going to apply to Stanford today, they're going to chuck my application out. Kids have evolved so much. And that's what surprises me about every age group.
Right now, we all are facing this. Me, him, and I'm sure like all of my classmates. We are asked to balance everything. We are asked to balance studies, our extracurriculars, like grades, college applications, and exams and competitive exams and everything. It's like overflowing now. How do we handle this? How do we handle this pressure?
I don't envy your life. Honestly. It's tough to be young now. There's so much pressure. And it's amazing how you guys handle it. I've seen so many of you do so many things which feel just wow, out of the world. How are these kids able to do it? So hats off to the whole generation. Having said that, there are many things you can do to be better, to manage your time better. A lot of students I see don't do timetabling. They're not organized. They just do on the spur of the moment. Ye karna hai, ye kar lete hain, eta ache, uta ache. So they do all that. However, if you're organized and make a timetable, a weekly timetable, every day loaded down hourly, this is my school time, this is my tuition time, this is my activity time, self-study time, etc., it's going to make it much easier. So that timetable is very important. So some amount of flexibility comes in. Obviously, if something emergent comes up, you have to prioritize. What is more priority? What is a better priority for me? Higher priority for me. So when I was, say, 30, my first priority was work. Second priority, family. Third, friends. So if anything came up where I had to decide, I would just say work, family, or friends. If it's family, I'll choose work first. If it is work, fair enough. It's friends, I'll choose family above friends and work above family.
Yeah.
So that prioritization is very important. What is a priority for you? Secondly, even within your timetable, let's say you sit down to study. You've got a 2-hour block, you want to self-study at home. Make goals, outcomes for that 2-hour period. Focused study is more effective than just studying for 2 hours and saying, I'm studying. 2 hours you've sat, you've not even turned the page or turned 2 pages, and that's it. I've studied for 2 hours, parents are very happy. My son, my daughter has studied for 2 hours, they're going to get great grades. But you've hardly studied because you're more distracted with what's happening on a WhatsApp chat with your friends or who's posting an Insta reel that is very attractive, and you go down one Insta reel and you go down the whole rabbit hole of Insta reels because one after the other, they keep coming up, right? So it's important for you to prioritize. It's important for you to make a timetable and then make an outcome-based task table within a timetable. That these are my targets for the day. I will finish these today. You will see you're doing much more in a shorter span of time than you would have otherwise. So timetabling is very important.
Time management is the key.
Yes, very much,
Right.
very much.
We are searching for different courses, different colleges, different countries. And we are like, wow, this course is very good. This college is very good. And in that process, we are like, we are doing something productive only for our future. After that, when it comes this time to study, we are like, okay, we'll study afterwards. Means we procrastinate. We are ready to find about the colleges, the courses, but we are not ready to study.
Right.
And this is what happens with most of my friends.
Correct.
So, how did you handle it when you were in our age? And have you seen anyone from our age handling it
Right.
very nicely?
Interesting. It's always human tendency. Do something that is more interesting or easier. So the low-hanging fruit.
Right.
There's a low-hanging fruit. I'll take this. I don't want to climb up the tree and take the better fruit over there. यही ले लेते हैं, ठीक है. Who's going to make the effort to go all the way there? There's also a term or a phrase I read a long time ago, swallow the frog. First thing you do every morning is swallow the frog. What does that mean?
Doing the hard work first.
Yes, doing the thing you don't like first. Swallow the frog is not going to be attractive, right? Do that thing first thing in the morning, everything is very easy. The thing you're procrastinating should be done first.
Right.
Right? If you can have the willpower and the dedication, the discipline to do that, your life is set. So try to swallow the frog, and most importantly, again, you're okay with that also. But are you doing it as per the time you allotted it in your timetable? Do college search if that's more interesting for you. Allot 4 to 4:30 for it. But 4:30 to 6, I'm studying. Follow the timetable.
It gets very difficult to follow the timetable.
It is. I said that it's difficult.
But
But if you do
like-
something for, I think there's a 21-day rule. If you do something well for 21 days rule, it becomes a habit.
Yeah, it becomes a habit.
I'll say do it for 2 months. It's going to become a habit. I don't know about the 21-day rule, but it's going to become a habit if you do it progressively.
I mean, this is also a very personal question. Right now, we have to focus on a lot of things. Like right now, our boards are coming up. But we also have competitive exams coming up. Like so many competitive exams, like lined up. You know, like ek cheez ke baad ek, you know. Do you think it's better to focus on one thing or to focus on itni sari cheezein? Like, what would be better?
What is the choice you have? Can you focus on one thing only?
Maybe.
Can you? at the expense of everything else.
Like, do you think, suppose it's okay to right now just focus on boards,
And not do other activities.
not do other
Yeah, that's fine.
activities,
Because
like
see, now
entrance
next 4
exams
months
and
is...
all?
So I would include entrance exams as being important.
Yeah, I mean, those are important.
You can stop
but
doing your podcast. Because that's not essential next 4 months.
Yeah.
It is very important for you to do well in boards and to do well in the entrance exams for the next stage of your life.
Right.
So it's a priority right now,
Hmm.
more than an activity you're doing.
Yeah.
So prioritize what is more important. Within boards and entrance exam, if that is a question,
Yeah.
I think you have to include both in the timetable. That so many hours per day I'll spend on preparing for entrance exams. Otherwise, it'll be too late if you wait till the board exams to get over.
Hmm.
Right? And so many hours a day I'll prepare for my boards. But things which are not non-essential right now, you can leave them off for the next 3-4 months.
Yeah.
And that's something only you will know for yourself. For you, this is important. So I'm just joking. You should absolutely keep on doing it. And you're also managing your time well, because you spent 2 hours doing this, but you're going to go back and study and manage your time for that.
For like competitive and boards, so like we have to do it simultaneously,
Yes.
because competitive is also as important.
Yeah, your next stage sometimes will depend on that, right?
Right.
Which college you're going to.
Hmm.
Fun segment of our podcast.
Okay, I'm scared now.
The rapid fire round.
Oh God.
We would ask you to choose between India or abroad as a
Okay.
preferred destination to
Okay.
the following questions.
Right.
Student life.
Abroad.
Academic
So I'm talking in abroad in general, okay?
Okay.
Hmm.
Could be bad some places, but in general, okay?
Academic flexibility.
Abroad.
Bachelor's degree experience.
Abroad. So more USA with
Yeah,
the flexibility
bachelor's,
and the overall experience. But yes, in most places.
Better return on investment.
India.
India. Okay. More hands-on learning.
Depends. Both places. Some places in India give a lot of hands-on learning, but in general, maybe more abroad. We are just reaching there now. A lot of Indian institutions are more
Right.
understanding of this now.
And lastly, if you had to pick between marks or skills, which one would you?
Skills. Because I have realized a lot of students in my school, my batch, who had better skills than me and lower marks are doing better in life than I am. So why not? But skills will always be there. Marks are important because it shows hard work, dedication. But your skills are what's going to get you through in life. Your life skills, other skills.
So, but marks doesn't really shows hard work, because some people just mug up and give the exam.
It depends
and
on
then
the
also-
type of exam, right? If an exam tests only recall, then you have to mug up.
Yeah.
If the exam tests your understanding and analysis, then you can't mug up and give that exam.
Right.
I've seen exams that they give a newspaper article and ask you to analyze it. You can't mug up for that, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on the type of exam you're giving.
So like you would pick skills.
I would say yeah. And they could be linked also in some ways,
Right.
right? You're developing skills while you're studying as well.
Yeah. Do you think in our generation, like in this time, there is this one skill that we should develop or we should learn that schools don't formally teach?
See, life skills, a lot of schools don't formally teach. It's what you inculcate through the activities, through what you're doing now, through the groups and all you're part of, organizations you're part of, things you're organizing. Those are life skills you're inculcating. So no school actually teaches. You can't teach a life skill.
Yeah.
You inculcate it through activities, etc., through academics and activities. So I would say the ability to adapt. I think with the kind of changes we are seeing all around, I believe, and I've done it myself, I have survived because I've adapted.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's a business failure or something I could not understand and I had to move on to something else, I've been able to survive all these years because I've been able to adapt to new situations, new circumstances, external factors, internal factors, factors out of my control, in my control. So adapting is very important. That's one skill I would say is crucial.
Yeah. So to conclude this session, I would like to ask that what is that one key takeaway that students listening to this podcast, right, should remember?
So pressure on me to give that one key takeaway. Coming back to one question you had asked, and I say I'll repeat that: be yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to live someone else's life. Be true to what you love, the life you want. Be yourself. Your life and aspirations will follow. Right? So be yourself is what you need to be.
Well, then this brings us to the end of the podcast.
Pleasure. You guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. It was a
Right.
pleasure
Thank
to be
you.
here.
Thank you so much, sir. We both learned a lot. This was an amazing
Yes, sir.
session. And I'm sure that the audience listening to this podcast will also have a lot to learn from
I
it.
hope so. I hope
Yes.
so.
Thank you so
Well
much,
Well
sir.
done. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you guys like this video, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Follow us on all the social media platforms for more such content.
Thank you.